Cherie Hanson here. I've had a very lazy day today, just, doing Tai Chi and Wim Hof and cleaning the kitchen. Nothing spectacular. I wanted to talk today about stranger danger. When I was growing up, there was a very strong lesson that was passed along through the white upper lower laboring high laboring almost middle class community that I lived in, and that was be careful of the other. So we were raised with the concept that if somebody didn't look like us, if they didn't sound like us, if they didn't smell like us, if they didn't eat the same food we did, they were someone to avoid. You need to stay away from because something could happen to you, which was the ultimate irony. Because what I was taught, and later found out statistically to be correct, most abuse and damage and, trauma comes to you through someone close to you who looks like you, who dresses like you, who eats the same food you do. And so I guess I got kind of an inside look at how wrong that was. And I'm sharing with you this really good book with lessons in it. And I'm watching in the world right now, one of the things that happened with the Bad Bunny performance and, this embracing of all these Latino cultures and the music and the dance and the joy, is that we're slowly changing that paradigm. Because you don't have to be afraid of people who are joyous. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. It's the ones who have the axe face, the flint eyes, the clenched fists, the fuse lit on the nitro inside their heart that you should justifiably be afraid of. So this is the lesson about the fear of what is different. To direct the mind towards the basic unity of all things and to divert it from the seizing of differences, therein lies bliss. And I love that. The seizing of all differences. So if I'm sitting in a group and somebody is wearing something I would never wear, what will happen is we are trained to seize on that, to grab it, to pay attention to it, to give focus to it. The eye can see what we have in common, or focus on what keeps us apart. And the heart can feel what joins us with everything, or replay its many cuts. And the tongue can praise the wind or warn against the storm, can praise the sea or dread the flood. It's not that there are no differences. The world is made up of infinite variety. Rather, it is seizing of differences, the fearing of differences that keeps us from feeling grace. Paradoxically, everything in life touches the same center through its uniqueness, the way no two souls are the same, though every soul breathes the same air. When we fall into the illusions that one creation is better than another, we remove ourselves from the miracle of being and enter what the 6th century sage Seng Tis called the mind's worst disease, the endless deciding between want and don't want, the endless war between for and against. And this is something that's really interesting to look at. You have to be for or against something. If your neighbor moves in next door, you assess them to see how acceptable they are. You have to be for them. And if they're doing something strange, like keeping a dog when you keep a cat, then we see that as a separation. We see that as a difference. We see them as not me. So the exercise that this essay suggests is light a candle and sit quietly before a window. Relax your heart and breathe deeply. Notice the many different things that come into view. Trees, wind, clouds, the rattle of the windows, people walking by. Notice the candle and the quiet flame rising from it. Breathe calmly and imagine the same quiet flame rising within the heart of every single thing you see. And so the lesson there, I think, is so beautiful, is when we decide that our inspection of another person, our seal of approval of another person, their life, what they're doing, is very important. What it does is it cuts us off from empathy. We're looking at them as if they were an object. We're looking at them as if, this is a special store, and you're trying to give value to every person as if you're going to put a sticker underneath them. This is really worth a lot. This one isn't worth a lot. And that is where we lose our heart connectedness to one another. We lose it when we turn other people into objects that need to be evaluated. I thought that was a really good lesson for today. So we watch Bad Bunny on a stage, showing us joy, showing us his culture, and showing us what throwing your arms around other people looks like. It's pretty damn cool. Please subscribe. I would appreciate it if you would. And also, if you want to get a hold of a card reading from me, psychic reading, a channel reading, or life coaching, get a hold of me. I can work remotely. I don't have to be in the room with you. I've been doing it for 60 years. So, and it works. It really does. And I want to say to you today, thank you so much for stopping, sitting down, and viewing my video. I appreciate you.